Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jessica, also known as the Soft Spoken Poet, and today I want to show you how I designed my KDP paperback book cover. Absolutely free. I spent no money on this. And I want to take you through my entire process of choosing colors for the book, and then how I sized the book, and some little tips on design elements that'll make your book pop and make it memorable. So if you're interested in self-publishing and creating your own cover, this is the video for you.
It's me, Jessica.
First of all, I want to start with this screen here. This is the Kindle Direct Publishing website. If you don't already have an account, go ahead and sign up for an account. I'm going to sign in now. Close your eyes. Don't look at my stuff. Which one was it? Oh, it was this one. Oh, of course. I always forget my password. How embarrassing. Voila, I got in. Okay, so as you can see, this is the KDP homepage where you're going to create your stuff. Here's my book right here, and as you see, I did the cover, and I've already uploaded the cover. But I'm going to take you through how I did it. It's not going to be exact as far as like color matching and things, because I've already, as you can see, have done the cover. But we will get through this and you'll get a general idea of how I went about doing the cover. So, of course, this is what it looks like. I'm going to do another video on how to fill in all of this information here. We're going to continue. Alright, so this is where you're going to choose what your book's going to look like. You'll get your ISBN number there. Usually KDP assigns one for you unless you've already bought your own. And then we're going to choose our print options. For my particular book, I went with black and white interior with cream paper. I just like the feel of the organic look of cream instead of stark white. But you can choose if you want plain white paper, if you want to have colored pictures inside, or premium color, which is a little bit more vibrant. But for me, I went ahead and went with standard, classic black and white pictures and cream paper. So this is where you're going to choose your trim size. This is going to be the size of your book. This is going to be super important whenever you are designing your cover, because you need to know the dimensions, because when you design it, you're going to design the front and the back at the same time. So it's going to look like as if you open the cover and it's on one page, because obviously it gets folded. So for my book, we're just going to go with 6 by 9 inches. But of course you can select, oh no. Hold on guys, your laptop's not plugged in. Okay, so you can see that there's a plethora of sizes of books that you can choose from here. They give you the standard trim sizes, but if you want to be unique and let your book stand out in the marketplace, you can choose one of the other sizes or create your own custom size. I will say, if you want to have your book picked up by other distributors, that is an option with KDP. You can not only publish on Amazon, but you can select the option to publish where other markets can buy your book, and you get a smaller percentage of the proceeds. But they're able to sell your book in big box stores like Walmart or Barnes & Noble, but they only allow you to do that if you've selected a certain size. 6 by 9 was one of those sizes, and a few others. But if you do a custom size that may be kind of wonky, then it's not eligible to be picked up for mass distribution. I hope that makes sense. And if at any time you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer anything as they come up. And if you guys want to do this live with me, then let me know. I'd be happy to jump on here and do it live, and we can go step by step and you can ask any questions you have. All right, so the paperback cover finish. So this is whether your paperback is going to be glossy or if it's going to be matte. I prefer a matte finish because I like the texture. I'm a very textural person. I prefer the texture. It's kind of velvety for the matte, but you could choose glossy if you want more of a shiny appearance on your cover. All right, so this is where you upload your manuscript, and then this right here is where you're going to upload your book cover. So you can use the cover creator here, but I didn't. I'm going to launch it just to show you what it looks like. So this is the cover creator using the KDP format, and as you can see, I did my cover initially on this program and I didn't really like it. It's very basic. I don't know, I just felt like I could do more with the cover, and with using the KDP cover creator, you're going to be limited to things such as graphics and fonts and things like that. So if you want to use it, you can, if you're more familiar with this program, but I am not. So as you can see, I did a sample page here, a cover, and it just didn't pop the way I wanted it to. It's very cute, but it's not very, it didn't really pop for me. So all right, now I want to take you to the program that I use. I use Adobe Express. This is what it looks like here. This is a free software. You can get the premium version. I'll show you the prices of that here now. You can do, if you want more access to a wider variety of design elements, you could do a 30-day free trial, which would be amazing because then you can have access to all of your design elements, get an amazing cover, and then just cancel it after you're done. Or maybe you decide that you really love the program and you want to keep it going. Me, as a very beginner writer in this industry, I don't have a lot of funding to do the premium version at this time, but it's definitely something that I will be investing in once I have the funds to do so. So I encourage you, if you have the funds, it's an amazing platform, it's an amazing program, and you will not be disappointed if you sign up for the premium version. And I am not sponsored by Adobe Express. This is my own personal feelings about the website. All right, so as you can see here, there's different things you can do with this program. You can make Instagram stories, Instagram posts, Facebook posts. There is an option over here. Right here, book cover. You can do pre-designed book covers. And it can give you a place to start, but the thing about this is when you do the selected book cover, it only allows you to design just the front cover. It doesn't give you the back cover option. So I wouldn't do it this way, but you can get some ideas if you want to do that, and it's taking forever to load. So I'm going to save that. So what you're going to want to do is come over to custom size, and then I'm going to change this to inches. And I want to double check what I chose up here. 6 by 9. And if you're not sure what the sizing of the books might look like, take a few copies of books off your bookshelf and actually measure them. Hold it in your hands, get a feel for it, decide what you want your book to feel like in the hand. Do you want it to have it bigger or smaller? Is it a chapbook? So that can help you decide which sizing you want to go with. All right guys, I made a mistake already, and this is part of learning and understanding how to do this. And so I initially typed in 6 by 9, and again, that only gave me that front cover. So I'm gonna go back to the KDP website and use the trim size calculator. So how I got there is I went to learn about book covers, and then here it tells you the cover elements, and this is why the sizing is going to be important. Although we're choosing 6x9, when we create our cover, it's obviously going to be bigger than 6x9. We have to account for the spine and the back cover, and so that gives you an example here of what you want to look out for. There is going to be margins here, and so don't design too far outside of those margins, and then account for some room for the barcode here. And then we're going to come down to cover size, cover calculator, and then I'm just going to go down and select paperback. I had black and white. My paper type was cream paper, and then obviously my page turning is going to be from right to left, right? All right, and then our measurement units is going to be in inches, and then the interior trim size is 6x9. And then we're going to go ahead and put our page count. My book is about 94 pages, and then calculate our dimensions. All right, so this is going to be my book cover here. So the full cover for me is going to be 12.485 width and 9.25 height. So I'm going to go back to Adobe. I'm terrible with numbers and memorization. So height 9.25. Make sure it's in inches. And then our width 12.485. Okay. So see, that's a lot wider. It gives us more space to work with here. And on the calculator, see it says you have your full cover is going to be 12.485, and then your safe area is going to be 5.875 roughly, and so we want to account for that. All right, so we have a blank slate. It is completely terrifying for me and I'm sure you feel the same way, like, oh my gosh, I have a clean slate. What am I going to do with this? How am I going to make this pop? So the first thing that I did was I explored the market. So I went out to Amazon and I just put let's try best selling poetry books. All right, so I'm gonna do a little look through of what's in the market right now and kind of get a general feeling of color, what people are using what color is selling very well. And for poetry, most of the time it is black. However, we also want our book to stand out. So if you have a good concept for a poetry book and you want to use black or some other neutral color, please go ahead and do that. But for me, in my book, I wanted something that was going to pop. So as you can see, a lot of black and white, black and white, black and white, white and black, black and white. We've got a lot of mauves and pinks, again, black and white. Black and white, black and white. So a lot of black and white. For my book, I decided to go with a lighter blue because it is kind of nature inspired. So we're gonna come over here and choose a solid color. And you could do a custom color. You can kind of, I know I want it to be kind of blue. That's probably too blue. We're looking for like sky blue. So I think that's really close to the color I chose. So we're just gonna go with that. And then I came over to design assets. And I'm going to type in overlay. This is going to give texture to your cover. And I can't remember, I think I chose this one, which is kind of like a filmy look. Okay, so it pops up right there. And then we're gonna resize this. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you just wanna make sure it goes the width of your okay. So I'm just going to readjust this so you can, I put it about here, I believe. All right, and then what I did was I went ahead and put the text. So I hit text, add your text, or you can use the custom designs here if you're feeling like you are inspired by some of these designs. I went ahead and did mine in, so I want my text to be black. I think it stands out a little bit better. It's easier to read. So I'm going to go ahead and select black for my font color. And then I think I chose this one. I like the all caps kind of look, so that's just what I chose to do. And then you're going to go ahead and type in the title of your book. All right, and then kind of resize it. And you're going to have to kind of guess a little bit. If you have any doubts, just go back to the other KDP page to double check where your spine and everything is going to come. And I tell you this, I am not an authority on self-publishing. I'm doing this for the very first time on my own, and so if you're seasoned at this and I'm making mistakes, go ahead and leave in the comments some of the things that you've done that's easier to might help somebody else out, because like I said, I'm not an authority on this. I'm just showing you how I did it for my very first book, and I'm here to learn as well. So if you're seasoned, let me know in the comments what I could do better next time to make this go a little faster. But for now, this is how I approached everything. So we're going to add text again. And this time you're going to put your author name, my computer's running super slow because I'm also screen recording, so, and we had a little tea accident where I spilled some tea on my computer a couple days ago, so it's trying, it's struggling. We're gonna get there. Okay, so there's my name, Jessica Fields, and I'm gonna put it right down here at the bottom. Come on. And then you could see how it gives you the line breaks, like where it's centered with your title and everything, so that kind of helps you out. And then I'm gonna I went back here to design assets, and I really liked I saw some yellow flowers on a sample book cover that I loved, and I want to come back out here and find it so that way I can use it on mine. But I'm going to do it in my own unique way. So you've got so many different design elements to choose from. I like the kind of play on scrapbook looking, like it looks like a scrapbook. So I like the realistic with kind of the cartoony type of thing, but that's just me. You can literally choose any of these options. We will find it. Okay, so now we're getting closer. And if you see these little crowns on some of these design elements, those are the premium options. And like I said in the beginning, if you want to choose the premium version or a free trial, then all of those things will be open for you. But I was able to find, I didn't qualify for the free trial because I'd already used it years ago. And so you will have access that. So here's the flowers that we're using. I'm going to use these 3 here. I'm going to select this one. And I'm also going to choose this one. And I'm also going to choose this one. Where's my second one? Oh, there it is. All right. I also want to use one more design element, and that is the grasshopper. So I'm going to look up grasshopper. There's some options here. I'm going to go with this little guy because he's in color. All right, so now I have all my design elements on the page, and I'm just going to go in here and just start resizing things to make it more to scale. And you can make them bigger. Don't want to cover up any of my words here, but if it does, like see right here how it's overlapping on whispers, we're going to come to this and do layer order. We're going to bring it underneath that title. Whoops, nope, not under the film. There we go. So it doesn't affect the title. And now I'm going to make this look like he's jumping off the flower. Like that. And then on the back cover, put this guy over here. And I want this one on the back cover, but I don't want it facing that way. I want to face it the other way. And so I'm going to come over here and flip it. So now it's facing that way. I'm going to make it a little bigger. I'm going to angle it a little bit so that way it's kind of peeking out of the page there. A little bigger. I like that little bud, so I want to bring it back in here a little bit. Okay. And this one, I think I'm going to turn that one, flip it, and then add it to this. Okay. Now because grasshopper is the main theme of my book, I want to highlight the grasshopper a little bit, and I'm going to come back to design assets and go back to overlay. And I use this one here, this green one, this green starburst. So it's up there, and then I'm just gonna move it right behind the grasshopper. So as you see, doing a book cover is all just about, when you're creating it in this kind of platform, it's all about just layering. The more layers you have, the more depth you have. And I also want to go into how you're going to select certain things. So you can use different things like color theory when you're designing your cover. For me, my book is all about trauma and healing trauma. So blue, like this powder blue, which is also in one of my poems about being taken into the mental health facility, the clinic, when I self-admitted. There was powder blue sofas, and so that ties into my book. I take that element of color and that calming effect, because it is a heavy topic, trauma and healing. So my book is powder blue for that reason. So if your book is about love or friendship, love is typically your reds and pinks. Friendship is typically your oranges and yellows. If it's about depression, maybe you go with the black and white. It's all up to you, but I really encourage you to go out to Google and kind of search color theory so you can help narrow down the color of your cover. For me personally, I find that colors like brown and like really dark greens probably don't do as well, but I've never seen those colors done. If you can come up with an idea, I know Rupi Kaur's latest book, Home, is in a brown color and it's very earthy, and that was done very well. So it's not off the table. I'm just giving you my opinion on color here. But if you were to go with a darker color, then obviously you're going to have to use a lighter font like white or another color to make it pop. So keep that in mind. So also with the flowers here, it's happy because we have very, like I said, traumatic experiences in this book. And then with the little acid-like overlay, I loved it because it kind of gives it that imperfect element and that it's painful, but it's still quite beautiful when you look at it. And then for me, the grasshopper, when I was deciding the title of my book, grasshopper has a lot of spiritual meaning for me. It's about taking leaps of faith. It's about spiritual healing. It's very good luck. So I want my book to do well. I want to put that energy into the book. So the grasshopper was a no-brainer for me. And then I put that little aura around it because that's the protective bubble that I've created in healing and everything that goes along with healing, feeling spiritually well and balanced and just overall protected. And so those are the things that I thought about when I was designing this cover. And you can do the same thing. If whatever your book cover, whatever the title of your book is, then you can also Google, if you have like some type of noun in your title, Google those nouns and figure out what the symbolism is of those things, and maybe you can find an image or something that represents what your book is about, and do it in a subtle way, or you can do it in a very bold way. But this is just what I've come up with. So on the back of the book, so obviously we're going to have a barcode down here in the bottom right hand corner, but I want to add a little box for my author, like the description of the book. So I'm going to go over here to shapes, and I'm just going to select, I think I selected a square, and I'm going to recolor that something lighter. We'll go with yellow. No, let me custom this. Okay, for time's sake, we're just going to go with yellow. Alright, and then I'm going to bring it down here. You can overlap it on your stuff if you want. Let me make this bigger. Alright. Alright, I'm just looking at square, so you can do an outline as well. Let me just choose this one. I chose a different one on the original cover, but for this one, we'll just do this. I'm going to go back with black, make it a little bigger. No. Alright. And then we're going to go back to text. And then type what our book is about. This takes so long. Come on, computer, you can do it. You've been through trauma. I believe in you. All right, so this is what my book is about. All right, and I'm gonna change the font color to something we can read. My poor computer, it's trying so hard. All right, let's make this smaller. All right, and then you're just gonna drop your text right in here. This is what my book is about. You can also add a spine label here, like if you want to put the title of the book and your name on the spine, you can do that, but because my book is a little bit on the thinner side, I didn't want to try to crowd that spine too much, but in future books I would definitely want to put something on the spine, but this one I didn't. So there we have it. This is our cover. We're gonna go ahead, when we upload to KDP, this is a PNG file, this is like a photo file, but we're gonna want to do PDF. Download it.
One eternity later.
I'm still drinking over here. I don't think I've learned my lesson. But my kids aren't home, so I'm a little more careful around my stuff, but all right. So we've got those two things downloaded. I'm gonna go ahead and close. I'll leave it open just in case. I can close this and that. All right, so now we're back here, and this is where you're going to upload the file. So you're gonna upload your cover file. I downloaded mine. I'm gonna click my project, open it. All right, while it catches up, I'm just gonna launch the previewer so we can take a look, make sure it fits within all the guidelines. And we have nothing hanging over. Your computer probably is a lot faster than mine, so don't worry about how long it's taking. This is probably typically really a quick process, but for me and my equipment right now, it just takes a little longer, but that's how we develop patience and appreciation for the things we have and how they work. So we're just gonna sit and be patient for now. So as you can see, we have the cover here. The red line is making sure everything is within that red line. All the text, everything is in that red line. Nothing is hanging over. All the text is there, so it's good. We have a cover uploaded, and this will be printed on demand with the book. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Again, if you have questions about how I did these things, leave them in the comments below, or you can send me an email at the end of this video. I have it listed. And if you're a seasoned self-publisher, then please give me a follow, give me some comments so I can learn from you and we can all learn together as a community. Because that's how we grow. And like I always say in the beginning, there's enough space in the universe for every star to shine, and that includes you. So that's why I'm here to help you out, because we all can do this. It's not hard. We just got to get past those limiting beliefs that say we can't do something and just go for it. So I hope you stick around to follow the rest of my self-publishing journey. I have more videos for you in the future. Be sure to check out my new release book, When a Grasshopper Whispers, that will be out November 23rd, 2022. And that's all I have for you guys. So until next time, bye.